If you're still dreaming of home ownership, this is the #1 video you need to watch before you do anything else. I'm John Murray, a local realtor here in Halifax with Keller Williams Select Realty. Now, I understand that buying your first home is a huge life moment and an incredibly exciting milestone for you. But I'm not here today to take you on some emotional journey toward finding your dream home or to sell you anything. I'm here because buying your first home isn't a fairy tale. Realistically, it's going to be the biggest financial and business transaction of your entire life, and it needs to be treated with strategy, not just emotion. Now, the reason I say this is because I understand on the flip side of all that excitement, the process can be incredibly intimidating. And between the cost of living and trying to save for a down payment, there is a lot of completely justified frustration out there. I'm still saving for my first home. I completely get it. But letting that frustration stop you could literally cost you tens of thousands of dollars. There are 3 legitimate government programs out there designed to help us, but what most buyers don't understand is how to stack them properly in order to maximize their spending potential. Today, I'm going to walk you through the potential strategic use of your FHSA. We're going to talk a little bit about the new withdrawal limit from your RRSP and a brand new tax rebate program from the government on new construction that could potentially put tens of thousands of dollars right back in your pocket. By the time you're done watching this video, you should have a much better understanding of all the questions you need to ask either your accountant or your mortgage professional in order to maximize your spending power. Now, please remember, I'm a realtor, not a financial analyst. I am not allowed to give you financial advice, nor should I be. My role today is simply to act as a guide of information so you know what to ask the appropriate professionals. So please remember to always consult with them before you do anything financially. So in saying that, if you're ready to learn, do me a favor, pause the channel, go grab a pen, and let's get into it. Let's dive right into step #1, the FHSA. Now, even if you're early in the process, you might want to look into visiting your bank to discuss opening up a first home savings account. Many financial experts consider this to be by far and away the most powerful savings tool we have in Canada for first-time home buyers. Now, the maximum amount you can put in per year is $8,000. And I know what you're probably thinking. You're thinking, John, how am I gonna save $8,000? Well, the truth is you don't necessarily need that amount in order to open an account. Even if you only have a few $100s to spare, it may be worth going to your bank to discuss if opening this account is the right move for you. And here's why. Think of the FHSA like a basket. You can put in cash, stocks, or guaranteed GICs. Any interest or growth they earn while in your first home savings account, you can potentially get tax-free. Let's look at a hypothetical example of how this works. Generally, when you contribute toward your FHSA, that amount is deducted from your taxable income for the year. While I can't do your taxes for you, you should ask your CPA how a maximum contribution could lower your taxable income and potentially result in a significant tax refund. Many people take that potential tax refund, reinvest it into their FHSA, thereby lowering their taxable income again in the following year. Now, you can kind of see how this process could snowball over time. And the best part is, if you're buying with a partner, they can also potentially contribute up to $8,000 per year to a maximum of $40,000. That means, as a couple, you can effectively tax shelter up to $80,000. Now, let's be clear about one thing. I am not telling you to put your life on hold and wait 5 years to buy a house just to chase some tax credit. In fact, if you're able to afford a home now, it's almost always better to buy than it is to wait. But here is a major strategic advantage. If you have the savings and you still plan to buy this year, you could look into opening this account and potentially making your contribution before you buy. This could allow you to use those funds still for the down payment and potentially still get that tax credit at the end of the year. Again, these are just scenarios you need to discuss with your mortgage rep or accountant before you make any decision. One other important thing to mention about this program is the carry forward rule. Generally, you can carry forward unused contribution room into the next year, but that's only if the account has already been opened, which is why I mentioned earlier, if you have just a few $100s saved up that you can use, you might want to talk to a bank to see if it makes sense opening this now. Because if you don't, you will lose that contribution room if you start at the account next year. Personally, when I started my account, I didn't put in the full $8,000, but the next year I was able to save more than the $8,000, and then I was able to use that extra room to make up the difference. But I wouldn't have been able to do this if I didn't open the account in the first place. Again, talk to your financial institution, make sure you're making the right decision for you because everyone's financial situation is different. Let's get into step 2, the RRSP Home Buyers Plan. The government recently increased the withdrawal limit from $35,000 all the way to $60,000. A lot of first-time home buyers prioritize maximizing their FHSA first, but this program could be a valuable option if you already have funds in your RRSP, perhaps from an employer matching program at work, or if you have extra savings after you've already maxed out your FHSA. Typically, withdrawing money from your RRSP is going to trigger a massive tax penalty, but through the Home Buyers Plan, eligible buyers can withdraw that money to use for their down payment completely tax-free. Now, unlike your FHSA, the money you're withdrawing from your RRSP is not just tax-free money. Technically, it's like a 0% interest loan to yourself. Generally, you have 15 years to pay back that full amount into your RRSP. Just a note, for 2026, there used to be a 5-year grace period before you had to start paying back this money. They have since decreased that to 2 years. So that payback period typically begins the second year after you've purchased the home. This is definitely something you need to consult your tax expert on to see if this strategy is the best for you or not. Now we're gonna get on to something completely brand new and I'm super excited to tell you about it. If you've been looking for your first house, I'm gonna guess that new construction probably hasn't been on your radar. But if you have the affordability, I think we need to talk about the strategic difference between buying a resale home and a new construction. This is because of the new Bill C-4, which officially passed into law earlier this month. Now, this bill is officially called the Tax Rebate for New Canadians Homes Act, but you're probably going to hear more often it referred to as the First-Time Homebuyers GST Rebate. Whatever you call it, the key is that it only applies to new construction and it could potentially put tens of thousands of dollars right back in your pocket. Before we get into the weeds on this, I'm a realtor and I'm not legally allowed to go through the math on your specific situation. But what I can do is give you the framework so you know what to ask your mortgage professional to see if we can save you a lot of money. Here's the strategy. First, you're gonna meet with your mortgage rep to get your affordability. You're gonna wanna find out what your maximum purchase price is. Once you have that number, ask them to calculate if you qualify for 5% of the purchase price back. That is the federal GST portion of the rebate. Also, make sure you ask them about the Nova Scotia provincial rebate, which could be up to an additional $3,000. Now, you also want to make sure you ask them how this application process is going to work, given that it's new. My understanding is that you still pay the full purchase price on closing, and after that, you apply for the rebate. As far as timelines or how that process goes, that's above my pay grade. You need to consult with the professional. So if you do qualify, receiving this rebate back could give you a tremendous amount of financial flexibility after buying your house. You might choose to offset some of the closing costs you just paid. You could put it toward furnishing the house. If you took money out of those RRSPs, like I mentioned in step 2, you could potentially pay that money back and not stress about that 2-year grace period or the 15 years to put it all back in. Or if you set it up with your mortgage professional the right way, you want to ask them if making a lump sum payment can help you shave off years of your mortgage and potentially thousands of dollars of interest, but you need to ask them first. Now, there's one more quick thing. If you've already signed a purchase agreement for a brand new home, but you haven't closed yet, if you sign that agreement on March 20th, 2025 or after, you need to reach out to your mortgage professional right away to see how this may or may not affect you. So regardless if you've been looking at new construction or not, either way, you now know the questions you need to ask the appropriate professionals, and it could be a phenomenal program for you if your affordability meets something you'd like to purchase. Now, as you can see, buying your first house is all about strategy. If you use your FHSA wisely, potentially take money out of your RRSP using the Home Buyers Plan, and consider new builds, you could potentially be putting tens of thousands of dollars right back in your pocket. And I know how important that is, especially in today's economy. Now, there's one last thing. It's a small one, but please don't forget it. In the same tax year that you buy your first home, make sure you ask your accountant about claiming the first-time homebuyers tax credit. It could potentially save you an additional $1,500 on your taxes. It's one line on your return and most people miss it completely. Now, before you go, I hope this was valuable to you and I want to hear what you think. Drop a comment about which of these strategies is the most surprising to you and which one you're most likely to start using today. My information is in the description. You can reach out anytime. I'd love to get the conversation started, and I can put you in touch with all the appropriate professionals that can guide you financially through this process.